Welcome to Tea with Tori. I'm your host, Tori, and today the tea is hot.
What's up, guys, and welcome to a new episode of Tea with Tori. I'm Tori, and today I have a very special guest here. Please tell them who you are, Carrie, if they do not know who you are.
If you don't know, my name is Carrie Bernunz, and I'm an actress, stunt woman, and I might be your new best friend. What's up?
I did not know you were a stunt woman.
Oh, I am. I do tricks and fly off buildings sometimes.
What?
Yeah.
What's the craziest stunt you've done?
Craziest stunt. Everybody asks that. I'm really not sure, but I will say that my first ever stunt, I was pushed off a roof backwards. So it was pretty exhilarating and cool as fuck. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, that's absolutely terrifying. What's your favorite stunt that you've done so far?
Favorite ever. Favorite stunt I've ever done. Dang. I don't know, when I was, some people that know, that follow me, knows that I was in the movie Black Panther, and I got to not only portray a character, Dora Milaje, but I also got to do cool-ass stunts with the bow staff in it. So I think that was exciting to be a part of the Marvel Universe, and then do it in Avengers and X-Men and everything else to come.
That's cool as hell, dude.
Thanks, girl.
How did you get into that?
Crazy enough, I never knew stunts existed before moving to Hollywood. I found out like my first year here because I was like, I'm gonna be a black girl James Bond. I speak 6 languages and I know martial arts. Boom, boom, boom. And somebody was like, do you know stunts? And I was like, stunts? Yeah.
Hold up, wait.
Like, I know stunts. They were like, like you actually got to train. You don't actually hit people. I was like, oh shit. And then I learned about it, and then I started training and realized that like it's a whole career and industry. I can do stunts. I can stunt double for actors. I was doing stuff that I was doing at 2 years old. I was just jumping in lakes and oceans, and I can get paid to do it. And I was like, I like this. This is cool.
So would you say that you could make a living solely doing stunt doubling?
Oh, 1,000%. I got 3 careers actually in this entertainment world, maybe 4. And one is definitely doing stunts. Absolutely love it. Shout out to all the stunt people out there.
Woo woo!
Thrill, action, fire. And then another one would definitely be acting because I'm very dramatic. But beyond that, I love telling stories on and off the screen. And then the third would be voiceovers. I can do like a million different voices. And then fourth would be like producing and writing.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
So are you from LA or did you move here?
Moved to LA 6 years ago.
Wow.
Proud to be here. February was my anniversary. I didn't even make a post
I'm about to
it.
hit my anniversary, my 4-year, the first week of March.
Okay. Where'd you come from?
New York, Manhattan.
New York in the building.
Hey, where'd you come from?
I'm from Richmond, Virginia, and Memphis, Tennessee. So those are kind of where I'm from. But I lived a lot of places before this.
Army brat?
Kind of, sort of, not really. My mom was just trying to figure her life out. And shout out to moms.
I feel that. Find your happiness.
Hell fucking yeah. Find your happiness, people.
I've never understood those people that are like, oh, I didn't do that because, like, I have a kid. I'm like, your kid can realize you're unhappy. Like, you still got to do your shit and, like, live your life even though you have a kid.
Exactly. No, take your kid with you. Let your kids see some of the world. I think moving was probably the hardest thing that we did when we were kids. But at the same time, like, it made me be able to adjust to situations quicker, easier. I was able to make friends everywhere I go. Like, it's so many like blessings that come out of that. And while you're figuring your life out, like, one of the things I realized being older is my mom like had me when she was like 17, 18, like she was trying to figure her life out. And at the time I was just like, yo, you're an adult, you're my mom, what's going on? But now look back, I'm like, my mom was growing the fuck up. Like, literally. She was like, gosh, like, I mean, I'm in my late 20s right now, so it's feeling weird. But I was just thinking I would have had 2 kids by her age, and they would have been in, like, elementary school and doing their thing, and I would have still been growing up, like, making adult decisions like I'm doing today. Like,
no, it's the craziest thing to think about. Like, my mom was literally my age when she had me. Wow. Which is like absolutely insane because I am nowhere near ready to have a child right now. Like, yeah. I'm not prepared for that whatsoever in this exact moment. And like, she was dead ass having me and married for a year. Like, that's literally one of the craziest things to think about to me. Like, the timeline for marriage and like kids and everything is so pushed back. Okay, so what age did you start getting into acting?
Got into acting at like I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years old, like doing this stuff at the church. I feel like if you grew up in a Black church, in one way or another, you're in the Christmas plays, Easter play, you're in the choir,
everything,
all that stuff, you know, interpretive dancing. So when I was younger, for sure, but I also like I found it as an outlet. Like I was watching like Proud Family, The Cosby Show, and all that stuff before, you know, we found out all the things happen.
Yes.
And and I was just like, I would replay and reenact like what I saw, and to me it was like a part of an escape for me. And also just like imagining situations beyond like where we were currently in our lives.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
So how much training would you say you've put into it?
That's
Because I know it's so much fucking training.
It is a lot of training. But we love training. It's like being an Olympic athlete. You have to put in the work and time in order to get the gold, unless you just want to settle for seconds. And not this
100%.
girl, not you.
First place loser is what I say.
Of course. Let's go. So I would say, okay, the training that I put in prior to being here in LA or even in like Cleveland, which I was in before, I mean, it was like on and off. It was throughout college. I had a minor in it. I also like was taking classes and stuff. And I don't know, maybe that was like a good few thousand hours during that time. And then like the last 6 years in LA, I definitely say I put in, I don't know, at least 3, 4, 5,000 hours. Like,
how many days a week would you say you work on acting? Every day?
Oh yeah, at least 5 days a week, minimum 3 hours a day. I also train every day, like 5 days a week, most weeks, for an hour and a half. And then I do stunts training, I would say 2 days a week. Sometimes it would be up to 4 or 5 days depending on what I'm training for and how specific of the training it is. And then when I do that, that's at about 3 hours at a time.
Damn.
Yeah.
So how hard did you train for your Black Panther stuff?
Black Panther. So the rare opportunity for me is I had just kind of got into stunts when I got in Black Panther, and as well as I was just like working on accents and all of that. So I would say prior to that, I was just like, I was in class every day during the week. Honestly, I was in class like 5 days a week. Damn. And I was like putting in work.
Doing it.
Yeah, but I was not perfect. That's one of the things I want to tell people. Like at the time when Black Panther, you know, chose me like to be a part of the film and they gave me a call and all of that, I wasn't like, I didn't have my 10,000 hours in yet, and neither did I. Like, I was not perfect, but I had potential, and I was also showing up that I was like disciplined, and I was willing to like go out and have the courage to practice, and I was willing to like consistently train. So I think that they saw that potential. So I would say like once we got on set, I mean, we were working hard. Like, I mean, our days were anywhere from 12 to 15 hours a day.
Oh my God.
And I mean, rehearsal days were long. And when I wasn't rehearsing like on set or, you know, training with the fellow like stunt performers and cast, I was in my hotel working on the bow staff routines going, okay, right, left, strike, overhead, boom, 1, 2, 3.
Literally.
Like every choreograph, every beat, I was just like tracing it, writing it down, sleeping in it, sleeping on it, you know.
So did you like the flips and everything?
Yeah, I mean, okay, I used to flip a lot, honestly.
Like not so much anymore.
No, I flipped off a stage, like when I was working on a show for Fox, and ever since that flip, it just haven't been the same. I've had a little fear backed up, and now I've been just doing some like regular stuff. You know, I can still do like a front handspring. I can still do like sayochis or even like a kip up, you know, but I try to stay away. I let the flippers that just want to do that all the time do that shit. Yeah.
They'll be doing it. You see them going like back and forth in movies. I'm like, damn, how do you get your body to go around that fast and like that frequently?
Oh yeah, and also some people are on wires. I mean, some people are naturally able and gifted to like flip like that. Like I did that when I was younger in the streets, you know?
Yeah.
But there is some people that are on wires that, you know, do it. So if I'm on a wire, fuck it, I'll do it all day. Flip
Literally.
around, okay?
I feel like that'd even be easy for me. I'd be like, yeah, sign me up. I'll flip all day. Put me on a wire. You take me off the wire. Hell fucking no, I'm not flipping nowhere.
Or if it's a trampoline, I don't know. Sometimes I'll be like, fuck it, it's a trampoline. I got all this like height. So you don't have to worry about your own jump. You're jumping with the jump.
Literally. I love trampolines. I can only do front flips and like back flips on trampolines.
Yeah.
That's it. Not on the fucking ground. Nope. I used to do gymnastics though. So if I did gymnastics before I hit puberty, so I don't know how to like fully do it with boobs and everything now.
Yeah.
But I used to do all that shit on the ground, but definitely terrified to do it now.
Yeah, I bet you were sick as fuck.
Dude. Because I'm like, I'm very strong for no reason.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why.
Use
like,
your
I used to,
strength.
like, wrestle boys before puberty. Like,
Hell
after
yeah.
puberty, they got hella handsy, but
Damn.
before, no, dude.
That's when you lock them.
This was, like, 6th, 7th grade. It was when I went from, like, flat-chested to, like, having boobs, and I was one of the first people to have boobs, so it was, like...
shit. I know the
I'm
eyes,
like,
the stares. Mom, what is
my
this? It's attracting a
God.
lot of people. Little Jenny keeps looking at me during class. Stop looking at me, Jenny.
Literally,
I wish
though.
I had went through puberty. I mean, I really didn't kind of hit that stage. I mean, my boobs might look decent now, but
I'm like, yeah, you got titties out today?
yeah, this is called Victoria's Secret. But I mean, no, they're growing. Thank God. They started growing a few months ago.
Like, day by day, we're making our way.
Exactly. My mom, unfortunately, but fortunately, I guess, like she just knew I was gonna be like have some hips and boobs like her. So she decided to like put me in pants that were like 2 times my size. Or shirts, and she was like, "You're gonna grow into it. You're gonna grow into it." Never
did.
No. So people call me like baggy pants, or the only thing I did grow in height.
Okay.
So, but then I had to order pants because we couldn't afford more jeans. So it was kind of sad. Big
my God.
water flooding pants.
I'm like, wait, so she would buy things bigger and you would still outgrow them height-wise?
Yeah,
just
but not like
width-wise.
exactly.
Oh, that's kind of like the world's worst problem to have. That's like when you have like a big booty and a tiny waist, and either the shorts are too big on your booty or they're too like tight on your booty, or vice versa with your waist.
Yeah,
That's the worst. So, did your parents always support you being in acting and stunting and everything?
That's a good question. So I didn't grow up with my dad. I grew up with my mom. And my mom actually my mom is a supportive person that has big faith and stuff. I think one of the things my mom really encouraged was like having an education and going to school. And, you know, she had always thought like acting was like something like it was a dream. It
Like a
wasn't
fun
something
thing.
like, yeah, like, oh, it's just a fun thing. It's not something serious. I was like, no, this is what I really want to do. Like, this is what I want to do. So I just stopped telling her. I stopped telling everybody. I was like, I'm just going to show y'all this is what I'm going to do. You know, and I think sometimes that's what you got to do for people, because I didn't want her to think like, oh, it's just a thing. Oh, just like you're doing well, or just, you know, be this or be that. Because one of the things too when I was younger is I was a track and field athlete. I played every sport. I also played soccer for 15 years, ran track for over 15 years.
Just a very active person.
Yeah. And my mom, like, she showed up to a few games, but a few games at most, because she was always working. So it's like she couldn't, unfortunately, consistently show up for me where I wanted to. So
Yeah.
I kind of just like left a lot of things that like my dreams and aspirations to myself, unless it was
Because
something.
you got used to it.
Yeah, sadly. But Mom, I still love you when you're watching this.
Well, she was working. She was working to provide for you.
Exactly. You're the reason I'm alive. I got to
Literally.
eat.
The reason why you could eat after that track meet was because your mom wasn't there. And unfortunately, that's just how it is sometimes.
Wow. That's real.
Right?
That's really real.
So when did she finally, like, when were you like, Mom, this is my career, this is what I'm doing? And she was like, I support this.
Yeah, that's a good question. It was probably like before I moved to LA, I was working for the NBA for about like 8-9 months. And I was just like, no, I used to love basketball. Now I hate it. Now I still love basketball. But I just was like, Mom, I'm going to LA and to chase my dreams. Like, I already have been like putting in the work on the side. Like, I had put some work in Atlanta, like did some things. And I'm just like, I got to do this for myself. Like, I'm going to LA. And she's like, okay, like, are you sure? And I was like, I'm going. Like, I'm moving in 2 weeks. Like, I let her know the 2 or 3 weeks before.
Oh my God. You gave her like an office 2-3 weeks notice. You were like, I'm leaving this job in 2 to 3 weeks.
Peace out, lady. Going to LA. And she's like, okay. And at the time I was in a relationship with this guy. And I also let him know too. Like, I was serious about the dreams that I was going to chase. We're going. Like, come on, babe. I got money to put down 3 months of rent and we'll figure it out. And
Did he come?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he came. We had a serious-ass relationship, so he had to come. Otherwise,
You said had, though, so is it not serious anymore?
no, it's not serious. We're gone. It's in the past. I'm talking to some new people now. One new person in particular, but it's been people the last few weeks. I've been limiting them down lately.
Narrowing down the roster.
Exactly. Like, who's the MVP? We'll see. Soon, hopefully.
We're getting out of cuddle season, though, so
Yeah,
cuffing season, you're getting out of it.
Exactly, I know. It's crazy. I think, like, the older you get now in these late 20s, I'm like, I think I want to just settle down with one person. But
Bro.
jeez.
That literally hit me out of nowhere.
Right?
The whole settle down. I literally went from like, I am all about my bag and that is it. And then I was like, wait, but I actually like you. And I never like anyone and I like you.
I know. That's what I said. I told him. I just was like, I don't like you. I like you. Why do I like you? Oh my God.
No, it's almost then you get mad at them because you're like, I don't want to like you because that gives you like power over me.
Exactly.
Like,
and that's what I told him. I just was like, I called him and was like, why the fuck do I like you? What the fuck did you do to me? Like,
literally. Someone tell me.
Yeah, like.
What did you inject me with? Because I'm a fucking boss ass bitch. I don't take shit from no one.
I don't take shit either from anybody. Anybody who knows me knows I don't take no shit.
And I would literally take a giant package of shit from you if you dropped it off at my door. Someone please tell me.
Exactly. I let this guy take a shit literally near me. I was like, oh my God. Like, who is me? Who are you?
So have you found that because you're so like dedicated to your training and acting and everything, it has been harder for you to find a relationship?
Yeah, for sure. It's like people come and I'm interested in, but at the same time I'm so picky. Like I'm so picky because I feel like my time is extremely valuable. Yeah. When I go on set, they're paying me high dollars to be there. So I'm not showing up untrained or unfocused. I want to be on my fucking shit, you know? Mm-hmm. So to me, like, it's hard when I decide to finally go out to dinner with you. I can pay for my own dinner, so don't get me wrong. You definitely paying for that dinner when we go out, though.
But we didn't say that you weren't going to pay for dinner. We said we could pay for our own dinner. So, like, yeah. If you're a dickhead, we can be like, bam, money on the table, and fuck you, I paid for my own dinner. But if I like you, you put the money down. Thank you.
Exactly. If I like you, you're going to put the money down. And I'm also showing up to that dinner. It's a big ass deal if I show up because to me, my time could have been easily invested in doing something else. Like,
but also think like we got hair, we got makeup, we go through like 18 different outfits. Like it's a whole ordeal to come out for you to go like this and put a fucking jacket on or a hat and just sit there.
Exactly. And we understand your time is as valuable as well. But honestly, like, I'm sure just like, you know, high value worth men and think the same thing, high value worth women think the same thing. You don't want to waste your time. Like there's a million things you can be doing to advance yourself. So if I decide to like take the time out of my day to talk to you and get to know you or whatever the fuck, make sure it's worth it. So otherwise, like, to be honest, like I turn down a whole lot of dates. I don't really talk to a lot of people. And then when I finally do and give you a chance, like I kind of like it or not, I either go on a first date or you might be one of the rare 3 that sits on the bench that goes on multiple dates and then you get to the MVP level and then you're like, then you get a lot of my time. And then all of a sudden when you only had once a week or twice a week for you, now I'm like, hey, you want to come over and just chill and while I read these scripts and all this stuff because I just want to feel your presence. I don't know why. What did you do to me? You want to go hiking? What? You said,
literally.
You want to take me on a date? Okay, sure. What time? Let me rearrange my schedule for you, and which I would never do.
Never.
And then all of a sudden you're like, what the fuck? Hold up. Why am I falling in love? I'm not falling in love, bitch. Get it together. We gotta know.
Like, love. What is love? Who's falling in love? Not me. Is that you? You're falling in love. No, it's definitely you.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden you like find yourself on like all these like weird like things and you're like, butterflies go away. We have to focus on career. And then you're like, okay, but maybe we have time to like talk to somebody about our career and share our day with and maybe build a future with someone. And you're like, okay.
Dude, it's so hard because before I was in my relationship, I used to say, like, I don't have any time to date. Like, I have time to be someone's girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Like, I have time for, like, oh, like, my day's over. It's, like, 10 p.m. Like, let's catch up on our days and, like, cuddle and, like, eat dinner together and shit like that. Like, but I don't have time to, like, have dinner with you be an event. Like, right. I don't have the time unless, like, I know I really like you. And, like, how am I getting to the point to know that I really like you unless I've done the things to get to know you to know if I really like you. But that's when I'm like, come hiking with me or you'll never see me because at least I'll have gotten my workout in. Like, exactly. Even if I don't like you. There's just so much wasted time, like, just to go sit and eat a meal slowly at a restaurant that you probably had to agree on. That is probably not that good. And let's be honest, like, wouldn't you rather be eating it at home high? Personally, that's me. I would rather be at home high eating it. So if I can't smoke, the date's already, like, less good as it could be, personally.
Yeah, no, I feel you. And to me, like, it's so hard for me to let people into my space or my house. I feel like I have, like, you know, a lot of valuables, and I have like, you know, checks and things and documents laying around. And I just also feel like in this world of scamming and all this shit, like, and because like my career is so important to me, I don't need nobody like using me for any kind of clout. Not that I'm that big yet, but I'm getting there, okay?
Literally.
And I also don't want people like it's my place. I've created this like temple that I can like lay down and chill. But I do want to get to that point. So then when I finally get to that point, I'm like, oh shit, we're at home, we can chill. Like I don't have to go nowhere. We don't go nowhere. You can help me with this. And,
Literally.
like we don't have to even be doing nothing. You can be doing your work over there. I can be doing my work over here, and it just feels good. And we're having this time together.
Literally. Oh, that's just the nicest. That's why, dude, dating is not for me. The streets are not for me.
Yeah.
They never were. I really tried. I tried to like, I was like the person that like, I went out into the streets and like I looked around. And then they were like, yo, you want to come out? And I was like, oh, I'm just looking. Like when they're at the store, they're like, do you need help with this? And you're like, no, I'm just looking. Like I was just out in the streets looking, and I was like, I don't like it here.
Yeah.
It's real dark here.
Exactly. I don't know. I was like, ugh. The streets can have its moments. To me, I think like for a moment it's fun. For a moment you're like, okay, I'm going to this day, like get these new experiences. You meet all these different guys with all these different careers that you've never like done yourself. So you're like, I take dates as like, oh, I'm getting to know this person's career. Like, oh, taking some notes. So this is what astronauts do. Or, oh, okay, this is how a person like this career thinks or this like type thinks. And then it gets like tiring. And then one day you're like, okay, I just worked 14 hours on set. Like all I want to do is chill out with some person and like fucking just like have a drink, vibe out, like cuddle up.
Just like talk about your day. Like even that's like something people underestimate so much. Like just to come home to an empty place and not have anyone to be like, hey, so like today was blah blah blah.
Yeah,
like that's when you wind up on fucking FaceTime with like your friends and you're like, hey, what did you do today?
Exactly.
That's what I'm always on FaceTime whenever my boyfriend isn't here, because we are long distance half the time because he's in Puerto Rico. So I'm like either on FaceTime with him or I'm like in Janice's room like, hey, let's hang out.
Yeah.
Hey, let's chill. Let's talk. I wanna talk to a person.
Yeah. Like, can we have some human interaction, please?
Do you live by yourself or do you have roommates?
I live by myself for like the last like 2.5 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I think recently too, at first, like I was in a serious ass relationship for like 5.5 years. So I was like always used to being with someone. And then I decided to get a roommate. Like I had to rent a place to myself. And then like 2 months in, I was like, fuck this shit. I'm never at home. I'm gonna get a roommate so I can rent this room out and then not feel bad about paying this crazy rent.
Literally.
Yeah. And then I just got to a point where I was like these last 2.5 years has been great because I was working so much. I was talking so much on set and I was around people and I needed that silence for like 2 hours. Like I didn't want to talk to nobody, no roommate, nothing. I just want to lay out, do nothing. And then I'll get on the phone, have FaceTime conversations with people all night. And then now I got to the point where I'm like, okay, I just want to have that special somebody that I really support and they really support me. And then I can tell them like, today was really fucked up and I wanted to cry, or today was like the best day ever. And I feel so proud of myself. I don't know how to celebrate this. And I just want to like
scream.
Yeah. Like,
and hug someone.
Exactly. Like, can you scream and hug me? And like somebody that just gets it. And now I'm just like, that's where I'm at. I'm like, okay, like, maybe I do. It's so fucking hard to love somebody. It's so hard to,
because it's like fucking playing chicken.
Yeah.
Or like Russian roulette. You're like, they never can fully fall in love with you, and you can never fully fall in love with them until you both let go. So it's like, are you gonna let go? Because I'm not gonna let go unless you're down to let go. Like,
exactly.
But like no one talks about it, and you really can't talk about it because I feel like that question people ask, which is like, oh wow, like when did you know that you were in love? And it's so weird because I feel like it's just you're in love, and then there's a day that like you realize it, and it's like fuck.
Right. Exactly.
Like there's no like decision like today I'm gonna fall in love. It's just so literally like, oh fuck.
Right. And you know the crazy thing, okay, recently, although I know we totally got off context, guys, about the career thing, but
dude, this is part of a career. Part of a career is being a fully rounded, fully happy person and balancing these things.
Fuck yeah, balance. That's what I've been missing the last 2.5 years. Is I was like, damn, I've been so career focused. I need this balance. And I was just recently like somewhere with this guy because I don't want to tell my information.
No, she was somewhere with someone doing her own fucking shit, and you'll stay in your own business. Thank you.
Exactly. And long story short, this guy went on a trip, if you guys know what I mean. He went on a little trip. And he was a little drunk. He, had a little drinks, and his little trip was going on. And, I wasn't on this trip because I had to be at the airport at like 6 a.m. And I was just like,
not the day for you to go on a trip.
But I had a couple drinks. I was a little tipsy, but I was like more alert. And this guy on his trip was having the best time ever, laughing all over the place. And then, like, in the span of literally 4 hours, told me everything he ever wanted to tell me about me. And I was like, whoa, shit, fuck. He just was like, oh my God, I love you so much. Please don't leave me. I want to be with you. I don't want to be lonely. And I was like, what? Like, oh my gosh. Like, and I came on this, like, okay, he's on a trip, and then I came on this trip not to see him, but really to handle business in the city. And then we ended up hanging out, and then like our hanging out just came like, I was like, oh dang, seeing this guy like be this boss that he really is had turned me onto this new wave of like, damn, I'm actually attracted to how like bossy, like how he handles his business, like how he's about his shit, like how people know him and respect him. And I was just like, oh, maybe I do like this guy. And then when he went on the ship, I was just like, oh shit, is this really how it feels about me? And at first it was a little scary. And then I was just like, but I don't like, I was like, and then he was like, I love you. Don't you love me? Say you love me back. And I was like,
you're like,
I have love for you. He was like, you don't love me back? He said, you don't love me back. I was like, I love you too. I love you too.
I mean, like, there's loving someone and there's being in love with someone.
Exactly.
And
so
those
then
are very different things.
That's exactly what I kind of gave the context as, right? And then all of a sudden, like, he just kept talking. He's like, I have kids with you. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I was like,
so he's not letting up.
No, and he just kept going. And then he was like, he called his dad on FaceTime at like 4 a.m. And he's telling his dad, and don't worry, guys, I'm not telling your name, sir, okay? He told his dad, like, Dad, I need you to get here to the city because I'm going to a chapel in the morning, and I'm going to marry this girl. Like, are we going to get married, babe? We're going to get married. And I was like, not today, not tomorrow, maybe one day. We never know what the future holds. He's like, you want to marry me? I was like, let's just not get married right away. Like,
I just said not yet. My God, bro.
And he just kept going on and on and on, and he just kept telling me all these things. And then at one point in the night, I was like, oh, this is so sweet. He's like a little cute puppy dog, and I just don't know why, but I'm starting to like this. And then at first I was like, this is scary as fuck. I got on my plane ride, and I was like, what the hell just happened? Because this guy is tripping out. And all of a sudden, like a few days later, I was like, it's like he hit me. Cupid fucking hit me.
Literally, Cupid shot you, bro.
'Cause now
he love bombed you, and now
I'm like, how does love, what does feeling
now
like
suddenly,
in
like,
love feel like?
other people text you, and you're like, I feel weird responding.
Exactly. I even cut this guy off recently, and I felt so bad because this guy was so good to me as well, but he just didn't have that spark. He wasn't like upfront enough like this guy. He wasn't like consistent or like.
Let's be honest, you wouldn't have been looking and found this new guy if the guy that you were talking to was everything you like felt like you wanted to have.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Crazy. I mean, I'm not shutting down the playbook yet, sir, until you know.
Oh, no.
You still got to keep stepping up to the motherfucking plate. Okay? Otherwise.
You're like, well, maybe playing tennis, though. Maybe not group sports anymore. Maybe we're playing
maybe
tennis.
A singles game, 1-on-1. But it's something about him. I don't know. It's weird. It's fucking weird.
You're like, I like it. Are you guys in the same career?
No, that's the interesting thing. We're not. And he's actually from LA. And he's like, he's been giving me on my little fashion game a little bit. Like,
ooh.
Yeah. And he's really cool. He owns his own place, like, which is so hot and sexy. And he like, but he doesn't understand my career, but he's understanding. He's willing to get to know
that
it.
It's your career.
Exactly.
Yeah, he respects it, even though he doesn't understand.
Exactly. He's willing to help me on my sides. He's reading auditions with me. Fuck yeah.
Yes. That's support.
Yeah. Like,
I don't need you to understand. I just need you to respect and support, and that's it.
Yes, exactly.
That's it. Sometimes that's all you need is just someone to read your sides with you.
Yeah, just please read my sides because I asked my friend 1,000,001 times, and I don't want to ask her again. Can you just read it with me right quick, please, babe? Take 10 minutes. And he's like, yeah, of course, I got you. Or I just need somebody to give me a massage because my body hurts like shit because I've been training this shit. He's like, fuck yeah, I got you.
Oh my God, I have a Theragun, and literally my boyfriend will be like, if you Theragun me, I'll Theragun you. It's even better than a sex proposition. It's like, oh my God, do you know what can happen right now? I can go in that room and I can get the Theragun.
Fuck yeah. You know what? For Valentine's Day, he bought me a Theragun. Huh.
That is so amazing.
Right? That's some fucking love. Like,
you're like, just hit my quads. Just the quads. Just, oh my God.
Give it to my quads right now.
I should fucking do a Theragun ASMR on here.
I think that would be so nice. Oh, my muscles. Ah. You just got the knot out.
Fully. Oh my God. Dude, have you tried to actually get knots out of your freaking quads?
Yes. It fucking.
That's the worst. That's worse than anything I've ever felt before.
It is.
That and my IT band.
Oh, IT
trying to roll out your IT band.
Yeah. God damn. Shit. Roll that shit out.
Yes, but what is some advice that you would give to someone who wants to get into acting and stunting?
Yes, my advice would be to hop right the fuck in. I think like sitting on the sidelines is so overplayed. I think yes, like you do need to like sit it and respect it, right? And you consistently do that over time, but the only way to get better or to try it out and to know if you want it is to get out there and play the game. Now you're not going to be, you know, an Olympic level athlete overnight, but what you will be is somebody out there trying it and playing it and falling on your face, so then when you do get the opportunity to do it on screen or in front of people, you're not like fucking up, like you're at least been doing it. And then also you'll realize if you like it or not. So get in an acting class. Like if you want to be an actor, get in an acting class, play with it, try it out, read some scripts, see if this is what you want to do before you invest like tens of thousands of dollars, tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars into it. Or you invest like, you know, all this time when you could be doing, you know, writing if that's what you want, or playing the yo-yo or whatever that is. And the same thing with stunts. I think like go to XMA, like hit up Mike Chad and see if he has a workshop coming up. Go to Joining All Movement, which is Jam out in the Valley, and take some of their classes. You know, make sure that you have some rhythm. And you don't really discover that, I think, until you like actively try it. I think that so many people say like, I want to do this, and like rarely few people actually get out there and start doing it. And the only way to see if you like it is to like try it. And then when you like it, you can try it. The next step is to be disciplined. You have to put in the hours. You have to put in the training. You have to set aside some non-negotiable from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. This is my time. I am practicing stunts from 12 noon to 3 p.m. I am rehearsing acting nonstop. I don't give a fuck if I'm helping somebody read their sides, or I'm reading sides for myself, or I'm putting my friend on tape, or I'm watching it and I'm practicing it. You just have to do it. And then I would say consistency after that. It's the discipline, and then the consistency with the discipline, and then it's like you have to then go out there, get on Actors Access, get on LA Casting. You then, you know, self-submit yourself, you know, and then get an agent, and then have your agent submit you. Make sure you got your headshots. Make sure you got, you know, a demo reel. Like, I know I'm throwing a whole lot out at one time, but
do all these things.
But yeah, I mean, Olympic level athlete, I just always compare acting to the Olympics because not everybody makes it to that level. Yeah. You know, and it doesn't mean that because you didn't make it to that level that you are
not gifted
or not talented, because there's some people that NCAA top 10 and they did amazing, and they're in their school's Hall of Fame, and that's a big deal. Like, you're a big deal in your city. You're a big deal in your state. But if you want to be a big deal in the world,
country, in the world,
exactly, then you do got to play on another level. In order to get to the next level, it's new devils, meaning that you got to show up and be disciplined at every single level. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, in the face of adversity, and when you want to give up, or you're like, I feel like shit, this sucks. But then you realize like, no, but this is what I really want. So then you get up the next day and you do it again. Yeah. And then when you're in class, you got to have the courage to decide that you're going to show up and be there. Like, say, I'm going to volunteer to go first, or I'm going to like try this out. Even when you are not 100% comfortable, even when you're not ready, do it in class, because that type of pressure is what prepares you for set. So when the opportunity comes, you can look at it in his face and say like, what's up? I've been waiting for you. Let's tangle.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's fire. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Absolutely.
This has been so amazing.
Thank
You're
you.
such a ball of energy. When I met you, I just knew that you'd be like so fire on here and be just
Thank you.
great vibes.
Fuck yeah, girl. And you are too. I love everything you're doing.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Please let everyone know where they can find you
Yeah.
in the World Wide Web.
Yeah, in the
Social
World
media.
Wide Web, social media. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Carrie Bernans, which is CarrieBernans. You can also find me on Facebook and all those little shebangawangs. You know what I mean.
All of them. And you can find me at Tori212 Green on all platforms and Tea with Tori podcast on Instagram. If you are listening, 5 stars, download. And if you are watching, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.
Bye, y'all.